we have left you on a cliffhanger about our experience with Dragon's Den. Do we talk about what happened? Can I say that he told us?
Don't say who. Just say
No,
one of them.
someone.
You just have all these lights on you, and you're talking to a camera.
Right when we finished, like one of the dragons really just got right into it and started. And let's jump into it. Hello and welcome to today's pod. We are talking about probably the most requested topic. I go to the hairdresser, people ask me about this.
Juicy.
I go paint my
Family
toenails,
reunions.
family reunions, any event at the bar. You know, you want to talk about work? Because let me tell you this story for an hour. That's exactly how I want to spend my Friday night. But we have left you on a cliffhanger about our experience with Dragon's Den. You want to know how we got on, what it was like behind the scenes, and
Did
what's
we get a
next. Did we get a deal? And let's jump into it. So to take you back as to how we got there, I don't even think it was really that much on our radar. It was Dragon's Den season at the time, but we were such a young business. I wasn't even thinking about it.
We were thrown into it.
Yeah. And how that happened was on my first actual day working with Beck's Broth. This was my first, March 1st, 2020, whatever. Beck and I decided, you know what, let's celebrate. It was a Women's Day event. We went to this event in Toronto. We got all dressed up.
This was last year. This was 2024.
Was it 2024?
Yeah, it was last year.
Oh, yeah, it was 2024.
Yeah. I just wanted to make it seem like, hey, like this is, I mean, it's not like completely old, but I mean, it's like a year ago.
So pretty much a year ago, we got to this networking event. We were like bopping around. I don't know how to network. We're eating snacks. And then we were like, okay, whatever. Let's just divide and conquer. I really wanted to go to this finance presentation. I don't think you wanted to sit through that.
No.
So you went to a different one. And I'm sitting in this room next to this woman. You start texting me. I'm like, yo, Becky, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to be a good girl. And then I finally open my phone and she's like, Dom, come outside right now. I have to tell you something crazy. And what was it?
Yeah, so the event that I actually was at, it was still finance related, but it was more like speed dating.
'Kay.
For like with lenders and financial places and whatever like that. So I was actually talking to this one woman, and she works for a small business lender, let's just say. And I was telling her our story. Just like, hey, like it's myself, my business partner, this is our business. Like we're going to need money to scale because like scaling a business is so fucking expensive. And so I was really telling her, and all of a sudden I realized that like I was starting to form like a little bit of a crowd, and like some people kind of like looked in at me and like this girl, and we're just standing at a table, but like other ears started to like kind of listen in. Wrapped up my conversation with that woman. She was great. And then I started walking around, and I kind of get like this like I don't know if it was a metaphorical tap on my shoulder or like a tap to me, like, hey, like I heard what you were saying, and like I'm a producer for Dragon's Den, and like I really think that you need to come and share your story. And her name was Paula. And Paula, if you're listening,
Shout out Paula.
I love you.
Yeah.
Like she is such a good egg, and she's just so sweet. And I think in that time in business, like of course Dragon's Den was on our mood board or on our vision board, right?
It was on the sticky note.
But it was on the stick. Their business card is now hanging up on my wall. But it was just a crazy conversation because she's like, I just heard you talk. You know how to pitch your stuff. I love your business. Like, I want you to come and audition. And I was like, girl. So Dom and I literally, as soon as that happened, I got Dom out of her meeting. We just fucking celebrated. We jumped up and down. I actually had to sit on the floor when I was waiting for Dom and be like, oh my God, I'm like so energized right now. And then we left. And
So energized. Let me sit on the floor.
well, I was bopping around like, whoa, what do I do with all this energy? So I had to sit on the ground so I didn't fall over, run in circles or something like that. And then we left. And then we
left.
We just left the event. We're like, this is the best thing that could have happened from this event today. Like
Bye.
that was a green light.
Yeah.
So we're leaving. And then we auditioned online. We sent in our video. We got selected to film in front of the dragons, which was such a surreal experience. And I think it really taught us, and this was still a really great learning experience on how to work with a business partner, because Dom, you were still fairly new to working with the business, and this was like our first thing that we really kind of had to do together.
Yeah.
And we also had to go like get nitty gritty on our numbers and figure things out. So it was actually like the most blessed time.
Oh, yeah.
So like looking back, blessing in disguise, because it allowed us to go through that huge project together and really come out on top, which was super nice.
Yeah.
How did the day go?
So after, well, we didn't even tell them how we got to the day because
Yeah, how'd we get to the day?
So
let's start there.
it's so funny. We're gonna have to post this. Maybe we can somehow add it to the podcast. The video we filmed was so
Oh my God, I
fucking scripted.
haven't looked at it since. Have you looked at it?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
And it's like, hi dragons, I'm Becky Prime, and I'm Dominique, and we are the owners of Beck's Broth and our business, and like we are just like so scripted. And I even remember when we went to pitch the dragons, like did our audition. all we cared about was getting through the 60 seconds without stumbling on our words.
Totally.
Like, that was my life purpose that day, which is so backwards.
It's hard to stick to a script.
Yeah.
It comes off, like, it takes a perfect or a good person to be able to nail the script and I'll have the personality at the same time without feeling so, you know?
But yes.
That's why we like to wing it, I feel like, so much.
Totally.
Yeah.
And since then, I've kind of changed my tune on the pitch. It's like, just give them something to ask me a question about or make them like me. And that's all we need to do in these 60
Get that
seconds.
likability. Like, first impressions are everything. If they're interested in you, they're going to ask you the questions that they want to hear, you know?
So we filmed our video and then didn't hear back. And people started posting everywhere that they were getting picked up. So we're like, oh, whatever. Like, we got bamboozled. We tried. And then I was driving home from your house one day and it was like 4:45 and I got a call and it was our producer. And she was like, hey, we want you to come film. And I think it was in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we had auditioned in Toronto. After we submitted our video, we went and auditioned in person and then they called us and it was May 10th. That was our date. That's how quickly it happened.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you get assigned a producer to develop like your whole pitch plan. So we went pretty simple with what we were doing. I honestly really wanted to bring a cow.
I know.
But it's fine.
You know what? It's hard to prepare for something like that when we were so, I mean, we still are, but we were so scrappy at the time.
Yeah.
And we didn't have as many employees. So we have so much work to do, but then also try and plan for this big moment.
Yeah.
Right? So it
In
was
2
really
weeks.
hard. And even when we went to go down there to pitch in front of the Dragons, that was Macy's first day.
Yeah.
So that was her first day.
Filming.
Of like, yeah.
Yes.
So it was like, hey, Macy, you want to come behind the scenes and watch us do this? And like, she's like, yeah, sure. So we don't have the team that we have now where I feel like it would have been different if it was this year.
We were keeping the lights on.
You're keeping the lights on.
Yeah. So we went to Sephora. We got our hair. We got our makeup. We're ready to go. It's 5 a.m. And do you want to take them through what the morning looked like?
Yeah. So we get down there super early. I think our call time, they said we need to be there for 7 a.m.,
Yeah.
right? Like we had to be ready between 7 and stay ready up until like 12. So they could call us at any time, but we don't know. It's not like they say, hey, you're actually going to film at 11. It's like, no, you have to be ready backstage and mic'd up and whatever beforehand. So we get there. Everything's hustling and bustling. The producers are all giving like a talk and everyone's standing around. We do a clap. We're all feeling comfortable and excited. We get our table ready, our product ready, and then all of a sudden crickets. So we're like, oh my goodness. Like we just had to like wait in our room and like shower curtain.
Yeah.
You know, not so glam life backstage, but that's okay.
No windows, like in a cemented
So that's I think
building.
the thing that did it. Like it took out our energy because we just had to sit there and like we couldn't work.
No.
The only thing that we could do during that time was practice our pitch because our minds are so much everywhere where I couldn't focus on anything else.
No.
It was like my attention had to be on the pitch or talking with you and like I couldn't think about doing anything else. So we just had to wait such a long time.
We were meditating.
We were doing yoga, we were practice our pitch, we were having some laughs, and then we just got bored. We were like, goodness gracious, like what's happening? So I went outside to like check what was happening like with the producers, and they're like, oh yeah, like any minute, and then finally they come to get us, and they're like, okay, like we're gonna take you backstage and we're gonna mic you up. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the moment. They're going to mic us up. We're the next ones out there to pitch. There
Giddy
was
the fuck up.
4 people in the morning. We were the last ones at the 4 to pitch before lunch. So we were about to go. And then all of a sudden, the people before us walked off stage and they came behind the curtain and whatever. And then all of a sudden, they took a break for lunch. And we're like, no.
And we're backstage. My heart rate is at 165.
I thought we were just ready to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, like, actually, we're going to take an hour lunch and then whatever. And we're like, okay. So we're like, can we at least have some food then?
Yeah.
Like, can you feed us?
Yeah.
Because, like, we didn't bring any food because we thought that we'd only be there until 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they did feel really bad, so they allowed us to eat food. And then they all gave us candy and stuff to kind of perk up our energy because they could see that we were, like, lowering.
They
on
were
the
taking good
vibration
care of
scale.
us.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
taking great care of us. And they were sympathetic too. But, hey,
Yeah.
that's showbiz, baby.
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
After lunch goes by, I didn't eat really because my IBS was so bad. And I was like, I'm not getting diarrhea on stage. Like, this is free. It wasn't me. I'm just going to air out this dirty laundry right now. Intermission.
Wait, that wasn't you? I thought it was you.
No! I didn't even eat.
I forgot all about this, by the way. I completely forgot. Okay.
Beck goes to the bathroom. bad that it overflowed.
And there was just shit and toilet water all over the floor. And I thought it was Dom. So I come back to the room and be like, Dom, did you just go? Like, I thought you did that. Up
I know
until this
you did.
moment, I thought you did that.
You did.
Okay. Well, anyways, there was shit everywhere in the whole bathroom.
And
was
I
flooded.
would, because my stomach was really bad after my trip.
Oh, God.
But-
that was funny. I've never seen a bathroom that destroyed.
And then
Every toilet was like, I walked into, and there was like probably 4 stalls. Yeah. Every stall was overflowing, and I just ran so far away from that bathroom.
So now we don't have a bathroom.
Now we don't have a bathroom.
So we're sitting in there, and then I start to get just like, I'm just gonna go show my face out in there, and I see someone look at us, and then you came out, and they were like, "What are you guys doing here?"
They looked at us like with a questionable eye.
Yeah.
Like confused.
Yeah.
And we're like,
And then
why
someone
are
was
you
like,
confused?
"Well, you're local, so sometimes we have to call people back." And, and I'm like, "Local? We had to drive like 2 hours to get here." But so then they did their thing, and then we started doing yoga outside. And then finally someone said, "Okay, you know what? We're so sorry. I don't know if they forgot."
I think they forgot about us.
Yeah.
Because that's why they were like so shocked when they saw us. So they put the afternoon crew. There was 4 other businesses in the afternoon that were going to pitch in front of the Dragons, and then they already took the first person in the afternoon slot, and they were out with the Dragons now. And we're like, wait, we still haven't gone.
Yeah.
Confusing.
Anyway, so they finally grabbed us. I think and at this point it's 4:00.
Yeah, we were tired. We were drained.
Oh, no personality left. Yeah. And also we had set up our product. We had made it at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And they did tell us the Dragons won't judge the taste because they know these things happen. But so they finally mic us up. We get backstage again, hearts racing, and then there's just like a voice talking to you. And we knew the voice because it was the same person who talked to us in the morning. And I didn't remember. Do you remember what they asked us before we went on stage?
I don't know. I think how we were feeling, what we were expecting. But it was pretty much like, just to paint you guys a picture, it was like you're backstage. You don't see the heads or the camera crews, but you just have all these lights on you, and you're talking to a camera, and the voice is like booming, and it's really like dramatic. They try and paint the dramatic scene. So it's like, oh my God, like that was nerve-wracking because it's just Dom and I with all these cameras on us and all these lights, but we can't see a face. So nobody's making it feel like human and comfortable. They're not holding our hands there. It was very daunting. And then we went out on stage.
And from us, the Dragons, not too much further than
it was
from
really
me to you.
comfortable.
Yeah,
it was. I think TV makes it feel a little bit more intimidating, but I felt like we were a good distance away where I wasn't. For some reason, I wasn't scared.
No. Once we got up there, it was fine.
We killed it.
Yeah,
we did a great job pitching.
Oh yeah,
I'm so proud of us.
We did a great job pitching.
Yeah.
And like I think I could feel them listening to us and liking what we were saying.
We were connecting with, like, the eye contact was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then right when we finished, like one of the Dragons really just got right into it and started loving what we were doing. And it was someone that I really look up to. So I was like, you know what, whatever, water under the bridge, like this is our chance. And then things started to take a little bit of a turn.
It got interesting.
Yeah.
But I feel like one of the biggest things that the producers coached us on in the beginning was like, you need to own the room. Do not let them run all over you with questions.
Yeah.
Like, you need to kind of stop them in there, because once one person asks a question, they're going to start ganging on, and it's going to be question, and then you feel like, I don't know, what question do you want me to answer? Like, where, like, now I'm feeling frazzled. So I feel like we really had to try and dominate that room, which you did. Like, I got such a girl crush over you for that day. Like, you did such a good job, because they tried to come at you, like, talking about how beef products aren't selling well. Like, it's more of, like, we're in, like, a vegan, like, era right now. And then you just, like, kind of shut it down. And I just thought that was, like, the coolest thing ever. Like, you really just, like, I feel like you really took control there and made us look super good. And what was the other thing that you did? It was more so, like, I think you, like, leaned into how, like, we're more of a, like, sustainable products. We're taking a byproduct of an animal that's already been, like, butchered. You say it a better way.
Harvested.
Harvested.
Yeah.
I love when you say that.
Harvested.
I always say butchered and it sounds bad. Harvested.
I just remember talking to my mom before, shout out Rima, and she was like, have some thick skin. You're gonna come out of this getting chewed up. And I felt them taking over the conversation, and it wasn't in them like trying to like make us look bad or like harass or anything like that. It was just they're gonna ask the negative questions because they want to know what kind of business they're. Yeah, they want it to be entertaining. They want to know what they're getting into, and I could feel it. And I was like, you know what? No, if I don't step up right now, this conversation is over. And I think I just got mad. I was like, you're trying to tell me that nobody eats meat and that we're ruining the environment.
Yeah.
And I know that's not true,
Yeah.
but because I look up to you, I think it's true. And just totally gave it back.
Yeah.
And then everyone else just kind of was like, oh, yeah, she's kind of right.
Yeah, I think they really like that. And also, like, the dragon that we love and admire who would be great for our business, she loved our product.
Oh, adore.
And she was, like, validating it. So, like, what actually, like, was amazing for us is, like, every time somebody almost had something, like, not negative, but, like, a little bit, like, questionable to say, she's like, oh, no, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, this is protein, this is convenient, like, this is, and, like, she knows our industry, right? So I just felt like that was so validating. So I'm like, oh, like, I love you.
It was nice to hear her.
It was really nice.
Even the validation, I could almost feel that when she was talking to us, I could feel her warmth and her positivity. And I had a feeling we were going to talk to her after the show.
Yeah.
But you could tell when she was talking to the camera, it was a little bit more TV.
Yeah.
And
It was really interesting, that approach.
absolutely. Yeah. We have been told, though, and I don't know how true this is, but that there are just some episodes where they know that they know what the outcome is going to be.
What did somebody say that our coffee tasted like?
Folgers.
That's when I just wanted to die.
I could have sobbed. I could have sat down.
I wanted to
gone
be
like this.
But you know what? I could have said that. I could have done that too. Because I was like, fuck off. Like, or it doesn't taste like Folgers. And everybody thinks like Folgers is like the cheap instant coffee. And like, we use a fucking high quality instant coffee. Like the best on the market.
We're losing money on our coffee.
Yeah, like
it's
we're
so
like,
high quality.
like our coffee is expensive.
Yeah.
But then I think it was, I don't know if it was your mom or somebody else afterwards when we were talking about it, they just completely reframed it and was like, well, I hope you know Folgers is like $1 billion business. And like they just compared you to Folgers. So like,
America's
that's
cup of
actually,
coffee.
Yeah, exactly. So that should be a flex. So, but I wish in that moment we were able to take a breath and reframe it and kind of spin that back to them. Also, guys, recently that same person commented on our $1 million LinkedIn post and said, congratulations, just saying the first million's the hardest. So that was almost a validation that I think we needed that closure from that moment and from that interaction.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like bitter afterwards. And every time I heard that person's name, I'm like, oh, like Folgers coffee. But then when he said that, I was like, okay.
Literally, key takeaway from this was don't make Dragon's Den your first pitch competition or whatever.
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
Because now, like, we've done so many, and I think we can laugh. We can take a moment to pause and, like, reflect and not just, like, internalize and, like,
It's just such a big deal because it's so relatable to our community and the public because they think that's what business is all about. They think that's the end all be all.
Oh, yeah.
Where we're living in crazy moments every single day, but then this is what they know because they've watched it on TV. But I do think we did a great job. I was so proud of the way that we pitched. The final takeaway, can we say that the final takeaway from the day is we didn't end up getting a deal.
Womp womp.
Womp womp womp. And like, to be honest, guys, that broke my heart.
Oh.
And I mean, like, we didn't necessarily go in there because we needed the money. We weren't in a dire space where we needed that money.
We didn't even want to take a deal.
We didn't, yeah. Like, we just, like, we wanted to show, we wanted to have fun, we wanted to be on TV. We wanted to be able to meet one of our heroes that's one of our dragons. Like, we wanted that connection. And it never occurred to me that we wouldn't get a deal from anyone. That literally didn't cross my mind. Because I'm like, fuck yeah, we have a great product. We know our shit. We have a great community. We're
hot.
popping off in the industry right now. So when nobody wanted to offer us a deal, we were like, whoa. Like, what do we say now? I think we had a moment where we looked at one another and we're like, so do we just walk away?
No, we were like, are we done? Is there any, like...
Can we come back?
Yeah.
But it ended up being, the reasoning was, and they were all super nice about it too, so it wasn't like they weren't spitting in our faces when they were saying no. Like, they were they spitting in our faces?
No, there was one. Someone told us we were going to plateau at $2 million. And I mean, we just hit $1 million, so.
Biggest eye roll ever. But it was, so the overall consensus from 2 of the dragons out of the 5 that absolutely loved us, like the biggest takeaways were, we're a bit too expensive. I mean, hey, we're a premium product. We know our worth. We're always going to be that premium product. So I do not feel guilty anymore. I'm releasing all of that energy by saying that a cup of coffee is going to cost you $9.99. I'm releasing that energy.
Yeah.
We're a premium product. You want grass-fed. You want pasture-raised. You want to support local. You want to support women-owned. You want to support young entrepreneurs. We're all of it.
Yeah.
And we create a great product. I am so over feeling guilty about having a premium price product because we're fucking creating magic.
We are.
So, and we're doing a great job doing it. But anyway, so sorry, I got off topic. So the 2 main reasons was our product was too expensive and we were still too young of a business. So keep this in mind. Beck's Broth is just over 3 years old, But the first year and a half of business was when I was doing it in liquid glass jars. So we really only showed up and told the dragons about the first 6 months of the business. So from us to them, we only looked 6 months old.
Yeah.
They didn't know I had those years at the farmer's market. They didn't know that I had like
Product market fit validation.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we could have done a better job explaining that, but it's so hard when you only have like a 2-minute pitch.
Yeah.
Which was fine, but oh my God, guys, it felt like I got punched in the gut.
Oh.
So then, do you want to tell
So
we
we
relive
leave.
this? Like, I need to call my therapist on speed dial right now so I can get it
Same.
hold my hand.
We walk out back to this room where those cameras are still, the lights are flashing in
Behind
your
the
face.
stage.
The
So we leave the stage.
We leave the stage.
Also, they did compliment mine and Tom's shoes that day, though, the
Oh, yeah,
dragons.
we did have
Yeah,
some
they
good
said,
shoes.
wow, look at your matching shoes. And yeah, sorry, I just remembered that.
No,
They
yeah, that
really
was
liked
great.
that.
We did get fresh kicks for that day.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
So we get back out there. The voice starts talking
The voice
again.
starts. We are both feeling so emotional.
Oh,
Like, I look at Dom, and Dom is always this, like, powerful woman to me, but in the moment, she looked like a baby.
I
Like,
was
you
not
looked
okay.
like very, like, oh, like, your eyes just told me that you weren't okay.
I did not want to talk.
And I just wanted to, like, hold you. And I got that feeling that you didn't want to talk.
Yeah.
But so we were behind the stage. All the cameras were on us again, the lights, but we didn't see a single soul. And then we heard the booming voice exit interviewing us. And we both, in that moment, we needed to cry.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to cry. I needed
Abso-fucking-lutely.
to release my anxiety and my disappointment. So when I hear these questions, like, oh, like that didn't go the way you wanted it to, or like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, God, I feel like shit. Like, I literally did not expect that. So, but I knew Dom didn't want to talk, so I'm trying to talk, and my eyes are stinging with tears.
Oh,
at this.
you're quivering.
I'm gonna cry even thinking about it. So I don't even know how I got through that interview. I would have loved to see that interview
know.
now. Like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. I just remember in that moment, I wanted to be nowhere else but my bed. I felt so vulnerable
Yeah.
with the cameras on me and the strangers and the camera crew and the film. There was probably like a crew of what, 50 to 100 people, like a lot of people
Oh, a lot
behind
of
the
people.
stage,
Yeah.
all just looking at that moment. And I felt like my life's work just got kind of shit on. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
God, guys. Like,
Yeah.
and the great, and like the biggest thing is like now I need to convey that to our community.
Yep.
Who has always been in our back pocket, so fucking amped for this experience. And I felt like I didn't just let myself and you and my family down, I let everybody down. And I felt so bad about that. Yes, that was scary. And then we got back to our dressing room and we just cried. And it felt so good. I was like,
felt so good.
I just want to be out of there.
Yeah.
I want to be
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah, I wanted to leave so badly.
Yeah.
But even the producers after that,
Oh,
they made us feel so comfortable.
They were so sweet. Like, our producer came back, the camera guys, the sound guys came back.
who we recently saw
we
somewhere.
bumped into at a show.
And they just even said to us, like, hey, most brands apply 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
This is crazy that you're even on stage right now.
Yeah.
And that made me feel really comfortable and happy.
Yeah. Everybody was super freaking nice about it, but it's still, you don't expect how something like that's going to actually make you feel.
No.
Like, we don't have many of those moments where it's gut-wrenching pain or, like, when you work, I think the way that I, like, thought about it in my head is, like, we worked so hard for that moment, but there was, and just like within business, like, there was not a doubt in my mind. Like, I just knew we were going to do something great up there, and then we didn't. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, it was like whiplash. Like, I was not expecting not being able to get a deal or, like, great positive feedback or like that. So it was a shock.
I will say what made it easier for me was having you there, because I just know that together
Oh my goodness, yeah.
we're like, we're going to find our path forward. And in a way, having shared it with the whole community made me just feel like it was okay. I was like, they care about us. They have our back. They know that we're doing our best, and they know how much this is going to hurt us.
Totally.
So when we're ready to share it, which we're finally sharing now, it's brought me so much peace just knowing this isn't going to break our business.
Yeah.
Unless
Oh
if
my
we
goodness,
let
of
it.
course.
But in that moment, it just felt like horrible. I didn't want to talk to anybody
I didn't want to talk about it. The only thing that got me through, like, when we left and we got in your car and we were driving home, talking to your mom on the phone, oh my goodness, I never appreciated Rima more. Like, she was just like who I needed to hear. I needed to hear her voice. Oh, sorry, girls. Like, and I was like, oh, like, I just want to hug you. Like, so she, I think, really brought me. I think we needed her.
She brought us back to
We
earth.
needed mom.
We needed her. And she has such of a realistic perspective. If you want the mom that's going to show up and just say you're the best person in the world and comfort you, she can, but like, that's not who she is.
Yeah.
She's here to tell you, hey, I told you, this might not work out, and that's okay. You guys are young. What did you expect?
But she did it in such a loving way,
Yeah.
though, where it felt
Yeah.
like, it just felt like she was hugging us. through the
She's
phone.
got your fucking back.
Like, I felt safe after talking to her. Being
Yeah.
like, you know what? Like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Pick up the pieces, girl. Like, keep on going.
Yeah.
It took a lot out of us. And then it was like, I just felt exhausted after, like, depleted.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like, it's been, like, what, a year, and we're finally sharing this story. But it's been hard because we've been wanting to share it. But obviously, we signed some things that day, and we weren't allowed to really, like, disclose what happened. And I hope that this conversation's okay.
Yeah.
Like, that we don't get any slaps on the wrist because of it, because, I mean, that is showbiz. But it was a great experience. And, like, I'm so glad that we were able to go through that, because it truly made us get our shit together. And I think now we're at a stage in business where we're about 3 years old. We're scaling. We just hit $1 million. We need to start doing an investment round soon. Instead of just getting all this money and debt lended to us, we need to actually find some investors. And I think by putting in the work then, it really primed us for this era that we're about to enter into. And it just proved like how compatible we are as business partners as well. So even though we didn't get to the main goal of getting a deal on Dragon's Den and being on TV, I think we grew so much as business partners and friends. And I think like sometimes that's the point. It's a detour. I think we benefited out of it so much in the end. And hey, we'll go back when we're ready. Yeah. Like, I mean, like, it's not an end-all, be-all. No. You only get one shot. No, we are going to go back. And, like, we auditioned again this year. Not filmed in front of the Dragons, but we sent in our pitch. Didn't get it. I'm not going to cry about it because we'll show up next year. Yeah. And that was one of the things that we said auditioning this year in front of the producers. She's like, oh, what if you don't get it? Like, what if you don't go on air again this year? And I was like, well, then we'll be back. Yeah. Like, what
do you think?
Like, we don't take no for an answer. Like, we're going to keep on coming back. And that's all about the perseverance that you need to have in order to run a successful business. You need to be able to hear no and then do something about it and not just sit there and sulk. You need to keep going, pick up your feet, try again. And, like, I'm just so proud that we both have that same, like, mentality. But, God, that was...
Scary. Yeah, some silver linings that came from that.
Totally.
We think about even 4 months after we filmed, we got our first big girl loan. And just getting the paperwork ready for Dragon's Den got our shit together. Yeah. It forced us to get our shit together.
One thing that I've always loved in life, and like I didn't go to post-secondary school until I became a holistic nutritionist. But I always have loved homework in the sense of
you do love homework.
Yeah, like give me a question, and like when I have space for it. Now it's like, gosh, like I don't have enough space for like that homework. But if someone tells me what to do or what I need to do, and there's a clear guideline, like I love getting that type of work done. So it was just like great to know. So I feel like that was like, yeah, you need to have all of these answers prepped and prepared. And I was like, okay, great, thank you for giving me a rubric that I need to follow to really show up as like the best people that we could be.
Yeah. Some advice. I have a couple of pieces of advice.
Okay,
yeah, just for any founder who might want to go in the den. Number one, if you're getting an audition, so you would have to submit a video online. But even if you don't get a response for that video, you can still go in and audition in person. So the video is just hey, let's get on the radar and get invited, but we submitted a video the day before, so obviously we didn't get invited, and you can still show up and audition. Yeah. And a piece of advice would be show up early.
Show up early. Yeah. You'll save your whole day. We showed up at, I think, 8? Yeah. I think it said it was on from open, like 8 to 12. We showed up even before 8, so before the doors really opened. And then you're just like one of the first ones in line. So then that's really nice. And then you can go and audition. Yeah. But if you don't show up early, if you show up at like 11, the room's full. You're waiting.
They're tired probably at that point too.
Yeah. Do you want to lean into what the audition day actually looked like? For the producers?
Yeah. So you show up and you sign up on a list to kind of go in an order, and there's some chairs, at least at I think it's the CBC building in Toronto, the one we went to. So you sign up and then you sit down, and then once everyone gets there, they get all set up and they walk you through this really fun chant. Yeah. To get you amped up. And then you're just...
Show me the money. Show me
the money. And you just talk to other founders. You kind of wait around. And for us, because we got there so early, it happens quick. And all you need to do is you take your product, you go up to this little folding table, you get randomly assigned 2 producers of the 12 that are there.
There's a whole room, and there's tables all around the room. Yeah. And each table has 2 producers. So you go up, you just shoot to 1 producer.
And for us, it was say our pitch for a minute or 2, and then just answer a crap ton of questions. And that's really your chance. So the pitch is like, yes, let's make them curious. And my advice would be just go have fun for those 2 minutes. Let them fall in love with you. That's what's worked better for us.
And we end up having a great conversation.
Yeah.
Because like even to the point where they're like the other producer's like, hey, like get these people away from your table. But they were so invested in our story and our relationship and our product because like we gave them that energy.
I even think I messed something up during the pitch. Like I was trying to open a sachet or something and it didn't go
No,
well.
on camera.
Oh, on camera.
Did that on camera. Then you're like, ooh. And I was like, ooh.
But like just owning it.
So funny though because I never do. I maybe once out of 30 if that. But I think like you were just trying to open it nice and
it just
didn't
did
open
not.
nice at all.
Sorry.
That's funny.
That happens.
But yeah, show up early.
Show up early and then just have a really good conversation. We just had so much fun. I loved that producer that we had.
Oh my god, so sweet. Yeah, she was awesome.
And document it. Share it online. Don't be afraid. Look, the worst thing possible happened to us. We didn't get a deal and we didn't get aired. And we had a long day there. And there's going to be so many good things that come from this experience that already have come from this experience.
Well, it just even put us on the map by saying, like, hey, we're going to pitch in front of the Dragons. We shared that out loud. And then it was like, oh my God, like these girls are really doing it.
Yeah.
So even though we didn't get a deal or get on TV even, we now are so many other eyes are on us, especially from the LinkedIn perspective as well, right? Like we take LinkedIn very seriously and now everyone's like, oh my God, like you girls got there. And it's like, yeah, like, and so I just think like documenting everything, because like if you're not doing it, who's doing it? Like it's a huge thing to make it that far, I guess. So sharing every story behind it. And then also the second time when we like this past year, when we went to go and pitch in front of the producers in that room, how many brands were like, oh my God, we know who you are.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. We felt like micro celebrities who were like, oh my God.
I was like, I don't want to talk right now. I'm just nervous.
We were so nervous. Everyone wanted to talk to us about like the last year or whatever. And it was like, oh my goodness, I literally am about to barf. Like, let me just go sit in my chair and meditate.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody wanted a little conversation. But it just made it feel so surreal, being like, oh my gosh, this is what sharing out loud does.
Yeah.
It's like you're building your own celebrity status.
You
like,
are.
So yeah, it's just, it's cool. It's a really...
To the point where if you look up Beck's Broth Dragon's Den, I just discovered this a few days ago, it says we were on the show.
Yeah, AI, like, get your shit together.
Yeah, but also don't. I don't care.
I know, but where did they pull that from?
I have no idea. But the amount of people like who have said, I know your brand from Dragon's Den. And it's like we were not on Dragon's Den, but we just did such a good job being loud.
Like they thought
they thought we were on the show. People are convinced that they discovered us on Dragon's Den.
Yo, sick. So get there early, shoot your shot, share it out loud. And it's not as scary as you think it is.
No.
You know your business better than anybody.
Yeah.
So like if you go in there, just literally share what your business is and show passion behind that. And they're not gonna, like, they're gonna ask you some questions. But I mean, like, if you don't know the answer to a specific question, I always play dumb. I feel like that's been like my MO since I was like a kid. If somebody asks me something, like a teacher asks me something and I don't know the answer, I'm always like, you know, it would be really good if I knew that. But I don't. Like, shit, so sorry. I'll never try and, like, sometimes I used to find that if I didn't know the answer, I would try and talk, and then I would start to babble, and then I literally knew, like, I looked like I knew that I didn't know what I was talking about. But if I'm honest and be like, don't know that answer, but I'm working on it. It's just such an easy way out of that awkwardness, and then they move on. Yeah. Because you don't need to try and pull an answer out of your ass. It's like, no, I don't know it. Yeah. Leave me alone.
And also don't stress about the answers, like the numbers. Like if you have a rough estimate,
rough idea, just go. You don't need to be down to the dollar.
Yeah, they don't know your business. They don't know if you're making it up. Not that you have to stretch anything, but
no, I think the moral of the story is become a great storyteller. Yeah. If you're a great storyteller and you can captivate the people, like I feel like that's what this is. Like it's TV, but also it shows you like just how to be a great like team leader and like coworker. What do we call it? Are we colleagues? Colleagues. And business partners.
I am never going to call you my colleague in my life.
What a colleague
Hi, this is my colleague Becky Prime.
Well, we can say business partners. I still don't even know what to call our team. I always call them our team.
Our team.
So one time, like my employee slipped out of my mouth, and I was like, "Ooh,
I don't like that."
My employee. No, you're much more than my fucking employee.
Yeah.
My girly pop.
You saved my life.
You're my girlies.
You're my girlies. You're my friend. You're my therapist.
Yeah.
You make all my invites for my friends.
Yeah.
You pick up my outfits for me.
You pick me up when I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much a wrap on Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
Go be yourself and have fun on the experience. And if you are going to Dragon's Den, pitch to someone before you pitch to the dragon.
Yeah, just pitch out loud.
Yeah.
In front of your friends or your family, too. I think that's where I get more awkward
Oh.
if I'm pitching to somebody that I know. Because I'm like, oh my God, like they're judging me. But
Yeah.
nobody's fucking judging you.
Nobody
You're doing something so
cares.
cool.
You're
and
doing
you're
great.
stepping, and life's all about stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So proud of us for doing that, even though we didn't get a deal at work and on TV.
There's
But
always
now,
next time.
the cat's out of the bag, everybody. So I'm sorry. I hope we didn't disappoint you guys.
Yeah, please forgive us.
But we tried our best.
Yeah.
And
We'll make it up to you with a new fall flavor.
yeah. And maybe we'll get on Monday.
Yeah, that
We'll
too.
see. But until then, you get a new fall flavor.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.